Alright guys, it's the next day. Let's see what's going on. This area is really getting built up. They're building a winery next to the museum, and they scheduled some other event next door that away where the presentations are going to be, so it is crammed with people around here. I think I got the last parking spot. Kind of coming around the back way here. Oh, that's funny. I was just talking with somebody about this last night, I think. It's an early incarnation of the B&K television analyst. Arthur Adder. Is that a Suncor? Yeah. So that's the so this is all early TV servicing stuff. And of course, a Motorola portable. And more B&K video. Well, I think you could get every model they have here.
To turn around on those things, it's kind of ridiculous. And I see why somebody
that's not good. On the street repairs there, I'm gonna come and go. There's two grades and this one's cemented in.
Let's see what we got around here. Oh, just wait there to be too much because you can see it's probably gonna start raining soon. But the auction and all that's inside. Hello. Just making a video for the folks that couldn't make it.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff was Dave Nash's before he passed.
And more testers and some more CRTs. 17 VP4 or no. 16, yeah. First gen rectangular with the flat sides. A-track player. Hey, a GE coaxial speaker. That's 17 BP4. Another Philco, another RCA.
The RCA works. Cabinet's not too bad, fair.
Yeah, well, considering they have that fake wood grain finish, it's about as good as they get. And that is that. Alright, let's see what's going on inside.
Well,
It doesn't look too different from yesterday. A few more things.
The only thing that confuses me is the tuner. I think that's a 12 tuner.
There's a bunch of little sets up on top there now. Yeah, and somebody left a comment of who wears the Zenith color roundy. There it is. It is very similar to the one that I reluctantly sold recently.
you can screw legs onto that one. Yeah, I know. Yeah, all the table models have the bosses on the bottom.
Alright, it's an 11.
11?
Yeah.
With that, yeah, it's 11.
Yeah. What's the 10 not far off from that? The 10 has
has the brass.
It has the brass, like, it's just like the little slot.
And the differences between the chassis.
These will probably all get bids. People seem to like the little sets, especially the Sonys these days.
Otherwise, they're exactly the same.
Okay. And there's a 0, 1.
Yeah. Okay. CTC 7.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
And 11 are pretty much the same chassis.
I'll go check on the Predicta that we're trying to get working today.
It was the beginning of, yeah, and how much did you put into it? And somebody else did.
Oh yeah, so the TRK5, that's the one they auctioned off last year. The guy who won the auction never picked it up. And yes, there is a box on top of it. Somebody said, hey, there's a box on top of it. And I said, no, there isn't. Yeah, there is. That might be some stuff that goes with this. But yeah, as we finished, they got about $12,000 in raffle tickets for it. And it's still here. Alright, let's see what's going on. So this is the picture tube rebuilding. So when Hawkeye, that was the last picture tube rebuilder in the U.S. closed, they donated all their stuff to the museum. And they set up this special room. The only problem is nobody's trained on doing it. So if anybody knows how to rebuild picture tubes and they can make it to the museum, you can start rebuilding. They have extra guns and whatnot over there. And all the equipment. Bake-out oven, a lathe, vertical lathe, the rather impressive looking mass spectrometer leak detector. It's a shame. They raised a lot of money and set up this whole room, and then it's just been sitting. And, but this stuff wasn't here yesterday. I don't know if I can get through. Yeah, I don't know where this came from, but a bunch of 7JP4s and 8BP4s. Ooh. A coaxial. It's a big speaker we just saw outside, goes in one of these. I also sold my coaxial recently. Oh, nobody here. I wonder where this came from.
This couplet's wired, right?
This massive.
Well, maybe we should put that new one back in, you think? Before you start testing, waveforms? Yeah.
For like 60-some years, I had shit tucked everywhere.
We're getting there, but we're still struggling.
And
Predictive's working, but we don't have a good sync.
I was rebuilding power.
Well, that's a wrap. I'll show you the last few things I picked up in a sec. We did finally get the predictor working. It turned out to be a little wiring error and a component value mistake, but we got it working. So it is going to get raffled off. Maybe the most interesting thing was just some random dude showed up right at the end and dropped off these two sets. And the one on top, he didn't even know what it was because he couldn't find any info anywhere about it, but it is an automatic, which are kind of rare. We found one page on it in the writer's service info, and that's all she wrote. But yeah, I didn't bid on anything. No, I shouldn't say that. I bid on one thing. I'll show you what I got in a sec. Stuff was going crazy cheap. Silent auctions, $2, $5. That probably got no bids. So maybe it still could be mine someday. I think I said something about not coming home with a car, a full car. Oh yes, I'm coming home with a full car. I only bid on one thing. I wasn't going to bid on anything. I didn't have much space left, but well, there was a lot of tubes for sale, and bidding started at 100, no takers, 50, no takers, 30, no takers, $20. I bid. I was the only bidder. I just got 1,600 new old stock tubes for $20. They're all, they're mostly TV tubes. There are certainly no audio tubes, except some 5AQ5s, as far as I know. See, I didn't even see them out, and I didn't look at them before I bid on them, because I figured for $20, how wrong could I go? And if I really didn't want them, I could just donate them right back to the museum. But there's a lot of good stuff. I did not get 100 high voltage rectifiers like I wanted, but I got 2. But what I did get is a whole mess of TV tubes. I don't use any horizontal output tubes. That's some dampers, So not a whole lot of octals, but a whole lot of miniature tubes. So kind of tubes you'd use in IF, in tuners, oscillators. And I've got a bunch of tubes for Predictas, and I used them while we were there to get the Predicta up and working. So it has a set of new tubes in it. And not just new tubes. You see a small sampling here. There's a lot of good ones, a lot of RCAs, and a lot of tongue soles. I'll look at them more when I get home, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 boxes full with them. The only thing I don't have anymore is the 8DP4. When I got back to the motel last night, I looked up what an 8DP4 is. I didn't realize that was the little lightweight tube they developed for RCA's little portable TV. It is not suitable for a bench test CRT. So somebody was walking by and saw it, and he expressed interest, so I just gave it to him. I got it for free now. He got it for free. That's what goes on. That's why I'm always telling people to go to these events. Had a lot of good conversations with people. Had a lot of fun fixing that Predicta. At one point, there were about 8 guys offering their opinions on what might be wrong with it, and we got it working in the end. Yeah, I had a great time visiting. Not a lot of incredible stuff for auction. Not a lot of stuff didn't sell, but had a lot of great conversations with you all. So we'll pick up on this when I get home. Oh yeah. You might want to know what's under that. So I mentioned there was one other item I was getting. So this was, see, all this stuff was prearranged except for the tubes, basically. So I already knew I was getting the rest of what's in here. And basically none of it's for me. It's parts to fix customer sets. Except this. So some years ago, I don't even know if I did a video. It might have been before I was making YouTube videos. I got a Stromberg Carlson TV12. It's a Dumont clone. Mine... it's sort of like the tabletop version of that big TS16 I have, where it has a step cabinet design. I'll show it more when I get home. I don't want to get out of the car. But mine, somebody took a belt sander to it as part of their refinishing, and on every single surface, they burned through the veneer down to the plywood, and the grill cloth is gone. So I got this one. It's a better cabinet, and it has a grill cloth, and it'll be good for parts. I don't intend to restore both of them. So that was a final item. It's big, it's heavy, it filled up most of my car, so that's that. Now there was one other set at the last second I could have gotten, and I was eyeballing it the whole weekend. It was that GE coaxial set that was there. Not the most stylish cabinet, but they're great sets. It has a bad picture tube, and the new owner of it offered to sell it to me for what he paid for it, but I know where to put it. I mean, I suppose if I dumped all the tubes out of the boxes and put them all up in the passenger area, maybe, but I just didn't want to deal with it. But who knows, maybe at the next swap meet, if he still has it, we'll work something out. But that is going to be it. This is all that I got for now. I mean, that's all that I got at this event. We'll talk more about it when I get home and unpack.